Hey everyone, this is Chris back with the Bimmer Barn, and today we're going to be looking at the newest addition to the family, our newest project, this 335i right behind me. Now, of course, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail already, this car was a mechanic special that I found off of Craigslist. And of course, that means that this thing could have a few mysteries under the hood that we will have to deal with. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the car, talk about how we bought it, and some of the initial issues that we can already see. Now, in an upcoming episode, we're going to be doing a full diagnostic on this car to determine just how much is wrong with it and what we need to fix in order to get it roadworthy. Spoiler alert, I did drive this car from the place that I bought it all the way back here, but it drove without a high pressure fuel pump, and so that means it was in a limp mode the entire time. So we're really lucky to have gotten this car back safely, but we want to make sure that this thing drives tip top. So let's go ahead and get right into today's video.
Flashback.
Hey guys, this is Chris back with the Bimmer Barn, and I'm warming up my car right now because we are going off to buy another project for the channel. I'm really excited to be taking you guys along with me on this journey. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna hop in the car now, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick up this car. It sort of drives, but we're gonna get it back here and then assess what the car is, introduce it to the channel, and go through our plans. Alrighty, so we just picked up the car. Can you guess what it is yet? It's got an M badge, but it's not an M, and this is also clearly just glued on. Can you guess what it is yet? It's definitely stuck in limp mode. Let's see if we can get this home safely. I've got Alex following me in the M5 wagon behind, and hopefully we get home with no issues. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. This is a 2010 335i, and it is an automatic. It's got 137,000 miles. That's just some things that I was able to tell from the pictures and the description, but it was listed as a mechanic special, and it said that it came with a lot of parts. Now, we'll get into that in a second, what parts it came with. But for now, let's take a look at the overall condition outside of the car. Looks pretty clean, looks like original paint as far as I can tell. We have a super sick M badge here that clearly makes us faster. Got some aftermarket wheels. The car is lowered. It also has some weird tint. Now, this car came from another state and it has a front window tint, so I'm not sure what the legality of that is in other states. But here in Florida, you're not allowed to have front window tint, so we're gonna have to peel that off. The front end looks really good. It's got the M Sport bumper and the xenon headlight package, so this car looks really crisp from the front. We also have these 335i IS mirrors here. They look a little bit different than what I'm used to. Maybe someone can let me know, are these IS mirrors or are they just normal 335i mirrors? Now, here inside the car, you can see that this car has a black leather interior, M Sport door sills, so it has the M Sport interior package. These M badges here, those aren't actually stitched on. These are just stickers. Now, the steering wheel as well has a sticker M badge on it as well. So the previous owner probably really liked the M Sport idea. We have a couple of different colors of trim here between the factory wood grain, this silver carbon fiber, this darker gray carbon fiber. And it's not completely wrapped. There's still wood in the back of the car. So this thing looks like it was a project that was never finished, and we're gonna go ahead and finish this project. Now, why is it listed as a mechanic special? Well, it has a ton of lights on. Let's go ahead and start up the car, and I'm gonna show you now what it sounded like this morning when I gave it a cold start.
Do you believe? If you believe, wherever you are, clap your hands and she'll hear you. Clap!
All right. Go ahead and put the key in. So that's what the car looks like idling. It's got a ton of lights on. Check engine, airbag, seatbelt. Well, that's my fault. ABS, self-leveling headlights, brake pad, traction control, brake light. We got some bulbs that are out. It's low on gas. Anyways, but this car interior looks pretty good for the mileage that it has, 137,000. Looks like it's in really good condition. The only thing that I would complain about is this center console right here having some wear. But otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if the trim was basically new under here. So we'll probably end up unwrapping the trim at some point. The radio works well. It even has the auxiliary piece right here, this auxiliary connection. And here's our limp mode that the car goes into almost immediately. The AC blows cold, so there's some good and some bad about this car. But let's go ahead and pop the engine and take a look inside. Let's go ahead and open this hood up. And here in the engine bay, you can see that it looks relatively stock. Couple of aftermarket things that poke out to me are these diverter valves, but I'm pretty sure that this is still a factory charge pipe, so that is going to need to probably be replaced. We're also missing the window cowls up here. I think this is some sort of catch can setup, although I don't really recognize it, and it seems to be held in by, zip ties, so that definitely needs to be addressed. And also another thing is the headlights don't work. So low beams, high beams don't work. Not sure if this is a ballast or just a bulb issue, but we're gonna have to investigate that. It's too bad that one doesn't work because we'd be able to swap around and at least try to diagnose it a little more easily. But I guess we'll just have to start throwing parts at this thing. Now over here, you can see that the fluids are probably really needing to be serviced. That's the brake fluid, looks green and dark. The coolant as well, I'm not even gonna open that because it's probably a little bit warm. The coolant is not blue, not the right color. I haven't checked the oil yet, but maybe now's a good time. Be a bad time to figure out that this thing. Uh-oh.
No, God!
Alrighty, so I'm actually just opening this up for the first time here. This is unfortunate. We got some milky. Might have to do a valve cover gasket on this. Now, there's a lot of reasons that the cap could look like this. My heart dropped for a second when I just opened it a second ago. I am seeing this for the first time. But I think that this might be something due to the car having sat for a long time, because I know this car did sit for a long time. And it could be anything like the PCV causing some aeration or a valve cover gasket leak. Honestly, this car could probably use an oil change, so we'll probably do that first. Change the fluids out and make sure this car is tip-top in the motor. But interesting. That is very interesting. I'm not sure what to think of that. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of that. Wow. Alrighty, so now moving away from the engine bay, we'll just ignore that, pretend like we didn't see that for now. We can look inside the car. As I said, this thing was listed as coming with spare parts. So you can see here, we've got some factory downpipes with aftermarket bungs in them. I didn't get a good look at the downpipes in the car, so I'm not sure if they're factory or aftermarket, but the car, what did you think by the startup? Does it sound aftermarket or factory? We'll have to take a look at that in the next episode when we get it on the lift. Over here, we have some, I'm not sure what these are from BMW. Some wheel locks, it looks like. Gasket for the oil filter housing. And then a ton of suspension parts here. So I'm not sure if the ones on the car are really that bad. But hey, we have full replacements here, brand new almost, in box, that we can replace in the front. So that's good. Free parts are always nice. You're not going to turn that down. Now over here in the trunk, you're going to see one of the reasons this car really popped out to me. It had a picture of this brand new turbo. I'm like, what are you doing, turbo? What are you doing in here? This looks like a brand new part. Even has the BMW box that it came in still. Turbo spins nicely. So I'm thinking that possibly the previous owner saw that it was smoking out the tailpipe and knew that the turbos need to be replaced and picked up one turbo. Maybe this is the rear one. I haven't checked yet. It looks like this one might be the rear one being a little more common to have the oil leak failure. And then over here we have a high pressure fuel pump. Now the weird thing is this one is used clearly, but my theory is that this maybe came off of a car that was replaced under warranty. Maybe it's still good. There's got to be a reason that this is in the trunk here. And then we also have our spare tire, which is nice, the original spare tire. So overall, I'm satisfied with this purchase. I'm glad that we were able to go from the E46 that we recently sold to this car. It's a kind of a good level up. I think that this car definitely has more value, but it needs more service. And being that it was kind of broken down, not driven for a long time, has a bad high pressure fuel pump, you know, this thing needs some love. And the good thing is that it needs mechanical love. So me being a technician, I can fix mechanical things better than I can fix body work. So this is why this car was a good pickup for the channel. So there you have it, guys. Now I'm back over here in the shade because it is really bright and hot outside, and I'm sweating for more than one reason. So being that we just saw the oil cap and the condition that is in, let me know down in the comments below what you think. If we have to throw some parts at this thing, I guarantee you we can throw some parts at this thing, but we will get it running, guaranteed. So stay tuned for more episodes on this car. I'm really excited to show you guys a more technical dive at restoring a 335. I know a lot of people have built these before and gone for high horsepower, numbers and all that. There's a lot of potential in this car, but personally, I'm not a horsepower chaser, so I would prefer to make this car an awesome driver and then sell it to the next person who can do whatever they want with the car. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more quality BMW content like this. Leave a like before you go, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.